What's good with it? It's the homie Mac Warbucks. We're back for another session of bar breakdown. Today we're gonna be breaking down the second verse of 23 Jump Street. The first single off of the Infinite Search. It'll also be on Huey Newton 1.5, produced by DJ Cass. But let's get to it. I'm on my grind about my hustle, got the mind and the muscle. I'm Jordan in 82, rocking Carolina blue. I do it with my eyes closed, sold to students at Georgia Tech, blowing their refund check, making ramen noodles stretch. Self-employed, making plays off my Android. When I get my stock in, I'm Stockton, you Malone. Just pick and roll. Don't get it confused. Be careful with your moves or die over legend blues. It's bigger than Trump. Globalist, economics and politics. Shoes you rock, that Nike box came from Sweatshop. Imported from Malaysia, Southeast Asia. They making 20 cents an hour, 60 hours a week. Physique weak, barely can eat. But we kill for that. 220 plus tax. It's a fucked up game of Monopoly. Blood money fueled by vanity. So yeah, said a lot just there. Like we're gonna deconstruct this, break it down bar for bar. What I say? I'm on my grind about my hustle, got the mind and the muscle. I actually shout out to TIP. I took his verse. I think it might have been ASAP. I took the lines from ASAP and put it as the first couple of bars for this track. And basically, I'm on my grind about my hustle. The song is about just the sneaker culture and hustling shoes. So that's what I'm saying. I'm on my grind about my hustle, selling these shoes. Then I said, I'm Jordan in 82, rocking Carolina blue. And with that line, just giving a shout out to Jordan. He is pretty much I would say the progenitor to mass media marketing for an athlete, And he pretty much cemented shoe culture, the whole sneaker culture. I think Jordan, when we think of sneakers, I think we think of Jordan first and foremost. But yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Jordan by saying that I'm Jordan in 82, rocking Carolina blue. Because we know he played basketball at UNC, did the game-winning shot in 82, won the championship. I want to say as a freshman. Then I said, I do it with my eyes closed, sold to students at Georgia Tech, blowing their refund check, making ramen noodles stretch, self-employed, making plays off my Android. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but we break the bars down over here. So basically what I'm saying is, hustling, selling these shoes. I've made transactions. These are legal things. I'm not I'm not like propagating anything negative, selling drugs or anything of that nature. But anyway, selling shoes to students at Georgia Tech who will blow their refund check. And when I say that refund check, the money that you get back from financial aid. Some people are more, what's the word? They have more temperance as far as their finances, but some people, they get money and they want to blow it, especially a college student. So I've sold to students at Georgia Tech who blow their refund check, and the whole time they're making ramen noodle stretch. So it's like really, they're not being the most thrifty with their spending. They really don't have it like that, but they'll set aside money for the things they want. So the whole time, they're buying these shoes and they barely eating, making ramen noodle stretch. And I said self-employed, making plays off my Android. And making a play is just basically a transaction, a financial transaction, selling whatever. Pretty much a lot of the transactions that I've made selling shoes, I do it on my phone. Shout out to the people at ATATF, all things that are fresh. I made a lot of transactions on that website. In that sneaker group rather. But yeah, and then self-employed, making plays on my Android. Then I said, when I get my stock in, I'm Stockton, you Malone, just pick and roll. That's pretty much a play on words. Anybody that's a real, I would say, basketball connoisseur, they know about the duo that is Karl Malone and John Stockton. So I'm saying they were known for setting the pick and roll. Malone would set the pick, and then he would roll off of it, and then Stockton would dish it to him and score. So I'm making pretty much a play on words by saying, you pick the shoes you want, I got it, and then you just roll. Pretty simple. I think that makes sense. Then I played with the words when I say stock in, Stockton, Woo. But yeah, so I'm trying to get my words together. Then I said, don't get it confused. Be careful with your moves, or die over legend blues. Okay, basically what I'm saying is when you're making these transactions, you gotta be smart about it. Like if you're gonna buy some shoes from somebody online, don't go to nobody's house. Don't let nobody come to your house. And I know this sounds like really common sense stuff, but people slip up. They want that product so bad, they'll do whatever and they'll get finessed. And a lot of times they can lose their life. You know, I would say if you are making a transaction, do it in a public setting. I always go to like a food court in the mall. Don't meet nobody in no parking lot in the mall. Don't meet nobody in no parking lot. Never. Not a good idea. So I was saying, be careful with your moves or die with legend blues. Legend blues are the Jordan 11s. Columbia, they're like white midsole. If you're a sneakerhead, you know what the legend blues look like. And what I'm saying is be careful with your moves. And for example, if you're not, you could die with shoes like legend blues. Then I said, it's bigger than Trump, globalists, economics and politics. Shoes you rock that Nike box came from sweatshop, imported from Malaysia, Southeast Asia. They're making 20 cents an hour, 60 hours a week. Physique weak, barely can eat, but we kill for that. 220 plus tax. It's a fucked up game of monopoly, blood money fueled by vanity. And I'm gonna try to compound all that in together. I'm basically saying how, just playing. Trump is a hot topic, and I think people want to blame him for all the societal ills that have transpired in our country since he's been in office. But nothing's new. He's a new phase to the old regime. You know, Niccolo Machiavelli said politics have no relation to morals. So Trump is doing exactly what he is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And most people were politically apathetic before he got in office, and they'll be politically apathetic when he leaves. So I mean, I'm just saying that because I think it's cool to bash Trump. You know, it's people are kind of beating a dead horse. But what I'm saying is things going on as far as like the beast that is capitalism, it's bigger than him. And when I talk about globalists, there are people who sit down and who are paid to make projections for the future in the global market, seeing the patterns in people's spending habits and just projecting how things will flow economically. So this is a whole system that's in place. Follow what I'm saying. And speaking of shoes you rock that Nike box came from sweatshop, and basically I'm saying like somebody's getting screwed at all times. Like the shoes that we buy, like I think there's so much consumerism in America, but blood is in all our hands. People will say, well, oh, y'all getting in line for those shoes, y'all don't need those shoes, but you got a mortgage you can barely afford. You living your life off credit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all these things are when it comes to just money itself and finances, it's just crazy how like numbers on the screen that aren't even backed by anything dictate our day to day. And the laborer, the person who's actually creating and producing the labor, that's the little man on the totem pole. So true indeed, like a person may be buying some shoes, and it's unfortunate that the person who's producing these shoes, they're making these shoes in a sweatshop somewhere in Asia. And then I've heard like Nike said that they've done things to make these conditions better, but I doubt it. I doubt they've done that much. And it's not just Nike. It's the corporate entities as we know it in America. Nike is just one of many. It's almost like we're better off outsourcing labor to other countries as opposed to paying Americans to work these jobs and paying people a livable wage. So it's all about greed, And back to what I said about Trump, like Trump is just a new face in an old regime. He knows loopholes. He knows how to maneuver within this system called capitalism, and he's not the only one doing it. He's just loud about it. He's basically saying "fuck you" to your face. Everybody else is just making money behind your back. The whole concept for this song came from Behind the Swoosh. I can't remember the gentleman's name that made the documentary, but he was a soccer coach at St. John's, and he felt conflicted. He was actually working on his master's, no, his PhD, I think, master's or PhD in religious studies, and he felt conflicted. Like, how am I working at a institution of higher learning that is, in theory, in favor of social justice, but they're working with conglomerates like Nike, who are profiting off of pretty much slave labor. So he felt conflicted, and he started to write articles and things of that nature about just the exploitation of labor in third world countries. And once St. John's heard about that, he got out of there. But I guess salute to him. I can't remember his name, but salute to him because he felt convicted enough to make a documentary and to actually work as a laborer making shoes in a third world country in Asia. So yeah, man. And then the trickle down beyond all that is you have people who are literally to this day dying, and well, first of all, putting their self-worth in materialism, and then beyond that, going as far to kill, rob, and steal for these materials. And the thing about it is, like, you're poor, or I don't want to say you're poor, but the people that are doing these things are either poor in mind or poor in spirit or financially, poor. And we're killing one another. And this ain't just a black thing. This is just a human thing in America. You got people who are literally killing each other over products that are made by an exploited class. Like, that, if that's not irony, like, what is? But that's what I got for you. Holla at your boy.